Yeah, hello, Mark.
Hello.
Hi Barry, how are you doing?
What's up? How we doing?
Yeah, we're
Fine,
fine,
thank you.
really. Yes, well, it's Wednesday. Yes,
That's a
indeed.
that's a very resigned,
I know it's been tiring the last couple of days, still. And I was in lockdown over the weekend just because Jill had to go in for a minor operation, so that was on Monday. But
Oh, you had to.
Hillingdon Hospital still.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is she back out now?
yeah, she's back out.
Good.
Fine.
Good.
Good. Yeah.
I mean,
So,
there aren't enough hours in the day at the moment.
know.
What with Olympics, wall to wall, it's kind of on.
Exactly.
It's on all through the night. It's on when you get up in the morning. They're still talking about it in the afternoon.
Exactly.
Still, I mean, the one good thing about that is that I've hardly watched the news at all. So
Yeah.
I've no idea what's going on, but I could probably tell you what the last gold medal was.
Yes, exactly. Still. Good.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi,
Hello,
Joe.
everyone.
Hi, Chuck. How you doing? Hi, Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good. So, nothing too startling else.
Yeah,
have you heard anything from the hospital, Chris, about
Well, actually, yes, it was. I had a consultation with the person who's going to do the operation, a chap called Livingston, this afternoon, and yeah, it's all positive. They apologised for all the mess ups that I had from on Friday, where they were sort of calling me on for the operation today. They said, no, that's jumping the gun. They were waiting for the results of the tests that I had a couple of weeks back. So once they've got all those sorted out, they'll be operating on me in about a month's time.
All right.
And I'll be off I won't be off my pin, but I'll be unable to participate in anything for about 4 or 5 months. And I'll be eating very small quantities of food, and hopefully by Christmas my eating will be back to more or less normal, but still eating fairly small quantities. And he said, really, you've got to write off a year, because he said you won't be fully fit until a year's gone by. So any thoughts of my travelling to New Zealand or anywhere else for the moment is on hold. So
I'm afraid you'll have to continue practicing the ukulele. That's the only thing you can do.
I was going to say operations and ukuleles, they're little. You can do it sort of without hitting anything, without doing any damage.
Yeah.
Problem is doing it in time. That's one of the other problems. But they elaborated a little bit more on what's coming up. They didn't even know that I had a collapsed lung, because they said, well, you have to collapse one of your lungs. I said, well, I've already had a collapsed lung. Which one do you want? And they laughed at that. But they said, we'll do the opposite one to the one you've already had collapsed. I said, oh, fair enough.
You're a good man to keep smiling anyway.
Oh, indeed. There's only one way
So
to
they
do
have to collapse a lung so they can get at what they want to get at, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a very invasive operation I'm having. It's not a walk in the park, unfortunately. I'm not going to go into the gory details if you particularly want me to. But they're basically taking 2/3 of my stomach away.
Have you got a new date? Have you got a new date after the operation was cancelled?
They said 4 weeks. They said about 4 weeks now, and I could hear. But they did ask me 3 questions, and I said, "Well, you've already got the information on this." I said, "I'm waiting the results of the test before."
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to look into that. So I've gone off to have a look at this and come back to me. So it's a little bit disjointed, that side of things, but they're on top of it now. So hopefully I'll have a letter from them in a couple of weeks' time to say, yes, come and see. Probably at the end of August, either that or the first 2 weeks in September was roughly the dates sort of indicated to me.
Very major surgery.
Sorry, where am I having it?
Major surgery, isn't it? Very.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, very
big op.
Gene, just to let you know, I can hear you, and it's lovely to hear you. But I can't see you.
Oh, it looks a bit dark here. What's happening?
It looks very dark, and the camera seems to be pointing out the window.
That's what it is.
Some sort of light.
Hello!
There you are.
God.
Good.
I don't know.
Is somebody not paying the electricity bill?
Well, I didn't like to say so. I didn't like to tell you.
Anyway,
There we are. That's a bit better.
rather than everybody ringing me up and contacting me, I'll be going through you, Barry. I've given Chris, my son, who's living with me, your email address and telephone number. So as soon as he knows when I'm in and so on, he'll contact you, and you can pass the information on
Chris.
to
No,
any
no
inquiring
problem.
friends.
By the same token, if you
Oh,
and
that's
or your son need anything, you
Yeah.
know, there's one of us, I'm sure, who has got time
Yeah.
and you know, the ability to come over and help
Yeah.
in whatever way, shape, or form you would like.
That's
I
fine,
have
yeah.
actually got, Barry, two members of the North Harrow Methodist Church who are interested in joining Folk World. One of them lives in Capel Gardens in Pinner, and the other lives in Edgware. But the one in Edgware comes and meets up with the one in Capel Gardens. And I tend to take both of them to activities that I did last night. So hopefully, when you know that the PinFab is meeting in the normally large room or whatever, I will impart that to you, and I'll give you their details, and perhaps somebody can pick them up en route.
Yeah,
that's
lovely.
possible.
I think we're going to have to wait certainly until after the 18th of August
Yeah.
before
that's
we
why I
welcome
say-
new members, because we've got to try and work out what we're doing, how we're doing
Yeah.
it, and how many people are coming along, and
I'm
whether
not
Chuck's
looking,
going to come over from Tennessee and all sorts.
I'll be there.
Actually, no, Barry,
To say, if you haven't replied to the email, Barry does need to sort of get numbers.
Yeah.
we have. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
replied.
I'm up to 13 already. So
Oh wow, gosh.
places are going fast.
Better look a bit sharpish.
And it
Yeah.
will have to be on a first come first serve
Yeah.
basis. But I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard from so on the list, just so that everybody knows. At the moment, Steve, Bill, Roy, Margaret, Elijah, Lawrence, Heidi, Susan Alexander, Terry Mills, Jean, Gary Story, Andrew Clark, and Hannah Laurie.
What's your limit, Barry? What's your limit?
Well, the first one we're limiting it to 25.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a good sized group.
So, I mean, I'm not saying we're going to get there, but you know, we with the help of Susan Alexander and Alison, last Friday we went over and reviewed the hall and spoke to Lee, and laid chairs out so we could still be, you know, clear that we were socially distanced and all the rest of it, and talked about any kind of protocols, etc., all of which are in the email. But it was. I know we've used the hall before, but you know, with everything that's in mind with COVID, etc., it was really useful just to go over and review the situation. And we then also looked at the lounge, and everybody was very clear that at the moment, with trying to be socially distanced and all the rest of the safety stuff, that the lounge just is not fit for our needs.
No, too close together. Yeah.
Well, it was too close together, and surprisingly, when you walk into the lounge, unlike the hall, the lounge is a small room, and you've only got two windows that you can open.
Yeah.
And you can't seem to get air circulation going
No.
down the lounge, and whoever's sitting in front of the windows gets a draft down the back of their neck, and it just
Yeah. Yeah. And
the
I
air
think-
felt very still. It wasn't moving as it really ought to. If we've got I don't know 15, 20 people in there singing their lungs out.
No. You've got to be careful, very careful about that to sort of stand us in good stead, sort of thing. But also, I think you're right to say that everybody should have been double jabbed as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It's just one of those. Well, it's a precaution, I know, and it's.
All helps. All
and,
helps.
we're not sort of talking about vaccination passports or anything like that.
No.
But we're just saying that's a stipulation.
Yeah.
Please, if you haven't been vaccinated, don't come.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fair enough.
So,
Good.
the whole idea is that everybody is able to come, within the numbers that we've set for the first one anyway. And we want people to feel safe. We want people to feel this is okay. I think I wouldn't mind coming again.
Yeah.
If people come and feel, this is, geez, this is.
Well, Chris was just commenting about. Did you say you went to Herger last night and
Yes.
you made that exact comment? There were 20 people there and you felt safe.
Yes, indeed.
But if it was 30, you wouldn't, maybe.
Oh, you couldn't. There's too many in the room they've got. But out of interest, because we've got people also who come from overseas, Herger have actually rebooked the WhatsApp the Zoom app meetings for a further year, so that we can still keep in touch with the Australians, the Americans, the Europeans, and the North and South of Ireland, and members from
Brilliant.
Scotland
Yeah,
who sign up. So
that's good.
that's going to continue. And I said to them, thanks for that, because at least I can sit up in my bed and see you all. if I am in
Lovely.
recovery. So hopefully
I'm not
I'll
saying
be able
we've
to
got
keep in
there.
touch, but,
I'm not saying we've got there because I don't think we have yet, but and it
No.
probably won't be for the first meeting because I think that I'm hosting that with possibly Hannah Laurie. But as and when we get somebody technical, Mike, we are hoping to kind of try and record the session and then put it on YouTube so that people can see what we've done and all that, and can listen in just as if it was a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
But it'll be a live session. I mean, and also we're going to keep the Zoom sessions going probably until Christmas, and just do one live session and I don't know, one, maybe two Zoom sessions.
oh, excellent.
Twos.
Now you've got 1, 2, 1.
I don't know. We haven't really kind of we haven't been round that particular loop properly yet. I mean, yeah, there's the situation is there. We can use it. It all depends on how much time and effort the live sessions take, and how many of us are available to host those, and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Right.
This space, and we're
Yes.
hoping very much to be with you after on the 18th and thereafter.
Okay, fine.
Right. Well, let's get some music going. I've got Steve, Chris, and then Frank. So, Steve, you should know this by now. If you come in first to the meeting, you're top of my list. We're always surprised.
I thought Christmas was before me, but hey.
Nothing to do
So-
all day.
So, Steve, then Chris, and then Frank
Okay,
to
fine.
get us started.
Yeah. Just can't get enough of the pin fab. That's all I say.
Yeah.
So, if we all mute.
Are you muted?
Song starts off with written by George Harrison, released in '89, and it was the track used for a film called Lethal Weapon, for those that remember that. But it was actually issued as a single by George Harrison, Tom Petty, and Jeff Lynne, and it's a song called Cheer Down. I can see by your grin that you're trembling within. It's all over town, cheer down. And the smile on your face is sometimes out of place. Don't mind, no frowns, cheer down. If your hair should fall, if your shares should crash, you'd get by even without getting a rash. There's no tears to be shed. I'm gonna love you instead. I want you around, cheer down. When your teeth drop out, you get by even without taking a bite. If your dog should be dead, I'm gonna love you instead. The world loves love's a clown. Cheer down. I want you around. Cheer down. Cheer down, baby. I want you around. Cheer down, baby. I want you around. Cheer down. Ooh, cheer down. Ooh, cheer down, cheer down. Ooh, cheer down. Ooh, cheer down. Ooh, cheer down. Whoa.
Woohoo!
Very good.
Very good. Yeah, Steve.
Nice one, Steve.
Yes, Steve.
That's a good backing track you got there, Steve. Where do they all come from?
It's a company who produce all these professionals backing tracks called Steve's Tracks, and I found them online. And they actually, I mean, there's so many genres of music that they do, from sort of what do you call it? Musicals, rock, pop, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I'm glad it went off well. It's a lively one to start us off.
Thanks, Steve. Right.
Nice.
Chris, and then Frank, and then Mark T, and then Terry and Jean after that. So, Chris, please.
I'll give you the Wild Rover. I've been a wild rover for many a year and spent all me money on whiskey and beer. And now I'm returning with gold in great store, never to play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent and told the landlady me money was spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Such custom as yours I can get any day, and it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I pulled from me pocket 10 sovereigns bright. The landlady's eyes opened wide with delight, saying, I've got whiskey and wines of the best. And the words that I'd uttered were only in jest. And it's no, nay, never. No, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. I'll go home to me parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. And if they caress me as oft times before, sure I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, nay, never, no, nay, never, no more will I play the wild rover. No, never, no more. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, Chris.
Very good, Chris.
Paul, welcome. And Lawrence is just joining us as well. So let's have Frank, please, and then Mark, and then Terry and Jean, and then John. So Frank, please.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're all keeping safe and well. I'm going to do a little song called Willing. I think it was released in the early 70s, about 1971. And a few people have actually sung this, but anyway, it's called Willing. I've been whipped by the rain, driven by the snow, drunk and dirty, but don't you know that I'm still willing. Out on the road late last night, I seen my pretty Alice in every headlight. Oh, Alice, Dallas Alice. Well, I've been from Tucson to Tucson-Gary, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. I've driven the back roads so I wouldn't get weighed. You give me weeds, white sand wine, and you show me a sign. I'd be willing to be living. I've been kicked by the wind, rubbed by the sleet, had my head stove in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still willing. I smuggled some smokes and folks up from Mexico, baked by the sun every time I go to Mexico. That's Mexico. I've been from Tucson to Tucson-Gary, to Hatchapee to Tonopah, driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. I've driven the back roads I wouldn't get weighed. If you give me weeds, white sand wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be willing to be moving. Kicked by the wind, rubbed by the sleet, had my head stoved in, but I'm still on my feet, and I'm still willing. Yet I'm still willing.
Good lad. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Frank.
Brilliant, Frank. That was really nice. Nice song.
That's what, Frank. Well done.
So, Mark, Terry and Jean, and then John, please. So, Mark, what's your offering tonight?
Yeah, if someone can give me some directions, maybe Chuck, you can help me. I'm trying to find the way to San Jose, which is that way, is it? Okay. So yeah, written by Burt Bacharach, Hal David. Apparently, Hal David was stationed when he was in the Navy in San Jose, which is why he wrote that. It was written for Diane Warwick, who didn't actually like it when she first heard it, so but then did turn it into a big hit. I mean, the other thing about the songs that Hal David, he often writes lyrics for women, you know, like putting on makeup and wearing a dress, which is a shame, really, because it puts me off singing some of those, like Say a Little Prayer, for example. But maybe I'll have to change the lyrics and sing it another time. So here it is. Do you know the way to San Jose? I've been away so long, I make a lot lose my way. Do you know the way to San Jose? I'm going back to find something to find San Jose. LA is a great big freeway, put 100 down and buy a car. In a week or two, they'll make you a star. Weeks turn into years, how quick they pass, and all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. You can really breathe in San Jose. They've got a lot of space. There's a place where I can stay. I was born and raised in San Jose. I'm going back to find some to find in San Jose. Fame and fortune is a magnet, it will pull you far away from home. With a beat in your heart, you're never alone. Dreams turn into dust and blow away, and there you are, without a friend. You pack your car and mind your way. Well, I've got lots of friends in San Jose. La 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 dee da 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 dee. Do you know the way to San Jose? Da 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 dee da 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 da. Can't wait to get back to San Jose.
Yeah,
All right.
well done.
The question was, Chuck, do you know the way to San Jose?
West.
It's that way.
I'll just take my sat nav.
Great one, Mark. Thank you. Right, Terry and Jean next, then John, and then Barry.
Right, that helped all. Yeah. Okay, just comment. All right.
Whose garden was this? It must have been.
Terry and Jean, I've muted you. Sorry, it is.
Did.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I look along. I look along the top of my screen, and
Yeah.
I try to just check those who haven't muted themselves. You moved
Oh,
on my
dear.
screen,
Sorry.
so
Anyway, it was Tom Paxton's Whose Garden Was This?
take two.
Yes. Just to mention that I'll go fairly soon, but we won't be here next week because we're on a day trip to the coast. So there we are. We'll be
Lovely.
Anyway, it should be nice, hopefully.
Right. Well, enjoy your day trip to the coast,
That's right.
and
Here we go again. Second attempt. Tom
take
Paxton.
two. Thanks.
Whose garden was this?
Whose garden was this? It must have been lovely. Did it have flowers? I've seen pictures of flowers, and I'd love to have smelled one. Whose river was this? You say it ran freely. Blue was its color, and I've seen blue in some pictures, and I'd like to have been there. Tell me again, I need to know. The forests had trees, the meadows were green, the oceans were blue, the birds really flew. Can you swear that was true? Whose grey sky was this? Or was it a blue one? At night there were breezes. I've heard records of breezes, and I'd love to have felt one. Tell me again, I need to know. The forests had trees, the meadows were green, the oceans were blue, and birds really flew. Can you swear that was true? Whose garden was this? It must have been lovely. Did it have flowers? I've seen pictures of flowers, and I'd love to have smelled one.
There we are. There we go.
Worth waiting for the second edition. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
That was it. So it's not a Tom Paxton song, I know, but it's a really nice one, isn't it?
It is nice. It's quite haunting, isn't it? So,
Mm.
yeah. It is different as usual.
Great stuff. Right, John next, please, then Barry, then Chuck. John.
Right. This is Paul Simon's Under African Skies. Quite a long time since I've done it with the song with Hannah Laura way back. face was black as night, the pale yellow moon shone in his eye. His path was marked by the storms of the southern hemisphere, and he walked his days under African skies. This is a story of how we began to remember. This is the powerful pulsing of love in her veins. These are the dreams of falling and calling your name out. These are the roots of rhythm, and the roots of rhythm remain. Early memory, mission music was ringing out the nursery door. Said, take this child, orphan to Tucson, Arizona. Give her the wings to fly to harmony, and she won't bother you no more. This is the story of how we began to remember. This is the powerful pulsing of love in her veins. These are the dreams of falling and calling your name out. These are the roots of rhythm, and the roots of rhythm remain. Comba, umba, umba, oh. Comba, umba, umba, oh. Comba, umba, umba, Joseph's face was black as night, the pale yellow moon shone in his eyes. His path was marked on songs of sunset. He walked today Joseph's face was black as night, the pale yellow moon shone in his eyes. His path was marked by the stars of the southern hemisphere, and he walked his days under African skies. Messed it up, but anyway.
Excellent.
Really nice
Very
job.
good.
I enjoyed
Very good.
that. That's brilliant.
Very nice
Good song.
indeed.
Terrific. Lovely song.
Cheers, yeah.
Good album. Excellent.
Nice to see Jill with us.
Evening all.
Hello, Jill.
Hey, Jill.
And I say it again, nice to see Jill. Your camera's working.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I did change.
Right, Barry next, please, then Chuck, then Andrew.
Before I start, I'd like to give a shout out to a loose pickup band called the Loose Covers, who entertained us on Sunday in Pinner Village Park, or whatever it was called. I put a couple of clips on the Facebook page. They were really excellent, and it was lovely to see things beginning to get back to normal and people out doing stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, people were pretty good, but it was nice to see pin fabbers about. So
Oh, nice. Nice
saw,
to hear a bit of it.
we saw Jean, we saw
Yeah,
Chris,
yeah.
we saw
Paul was, yeah, that's right.
Paul was there because he was in the band. Yeah.
That's right, that's it.
Frank was
Saw
there.
him. Yeah, heard
Anyway,
him.
great bunch of songs, and it was
Very
lovely to sit there. And then all of a sudden, the rains came
Yeah,
down. and we all
yeah, got
drenched.
So,
Heidi was there.
It's England. Yeah, I meant to say Heidi was there, and it was lovely to see her. She came up,
Heidi was there.
put her
I didn't
hands
realise.
on the back of my shoulders and said, "Don't turn round." And I could guess who it was.
I didn't realise Heidi was there.
You leave her? I didn't see her.
And Frank, I saw you there, but only briefly. You came and went.
We had to go to, believe it or not, we got other friends who were playing outdoors in Boreham Wood, so we had to go.
Right.
So, but we heard you. You were very good. Excellent band.
very
Thank
good.
Well,
I didn't
Well done.
see you at all, Frank. I missed you completely.
Yeah,
no, I
saw
didn't see you either.
Saw you,
I saw
Frank,
Frank.
with the dog. With the dog.
That's right, with the dog. Yeah, that's right.
Dog and, yeah.
And wife, dog and wife.
Wife and dog. In that order.
Oh, what's the singer's name again? I keep forgetting his name.
Kenny Holbrook.
Holbrook.
Penny, that's it. Yeah. I played with him. He's a good singer, very good singer. Yeah.
He is. He is excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was. Yeah. It was. We had a good time. Yeah.
We did pull the drummer out of retirement, and that is true.
He hadn't played for 18 months.
He used to run the Mill Hill Jazz Club with his wife, a guy called Gordon. Obviously. And I rang up Val and said, Gordon's not around. I said, well, I'd like him to depth as a drummer because we've got a problem. Our drummer's been taken ill, seriously ill. I said, oh, he hasn't played for 2 years. I doubt if he'll want to play. Anyway, I rang him in the evening and he was champing at the bit. He said anything to get out, please.
He was brilliant, absolutely.
And he was just very, very good.
What's your bass player's name?
Paul Frankenberg.
Paul Frankenberg. Old,
you know him?
Old friend of Lawrence. They go back long time.
My friend from since I was 13 or 14. But I'm not sure that he's quite on it these days, but that's something for me and him to discuss.
He had a good sound, actually.
Sorry?
He had a good sound.
He had a good thumpy sound.
Good
Yeah.
sound, very good sound.
Yeah.
Paul and
Yeah.
Lawrence, I saw just a teeny bit of what I think Barry put on Facebook, but you guys are really great. I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. Once you know the stuff, as I said, it's like riding a bike. It's very simple.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I'm going to ruin the moment by doing a
He's been strumming away there, itching to get started.
Sorry. Thank you for those who turned up. Very kind. Thank you.
Right, let's all mute for Barry.
Right, okay. This is a
Mute
song.
for Barry.
I mean, it's accredited to Woody Guthrie. It's one of those songs I picked up from an album called Mermaid Avenue, which was came about as a collaboration between Billy Bragg and the Wilco lead singer, whose name I can't remember, Jeff. Anyway, the Wilco lead singer, who's whatever his name is, at Woody Guthrie's funeral, Billy Bragg was approached by his daughter, and said, "Look, I've got a bucket load of songs which Woody Guthrie wrote. There's no music to them because Woody Guthrie didn't write or read music. So there's a bunch of songs. They're too good to just chuck in the bin. So can I give them to you so that you can sort of try and make something of them?" And they did a fantastic job. And about 4 years ago, I did a couple of them, I think, and they're just nice songs. This is a song which actually is accredited to Woody Guthrie, and he's got the copyright for it. And there was a big argument between him and one of the other big singers, name just escapes me for the moment, and they were wrestling over who had the copyright to this song. And it turns out Woody Guthrie did, but he's got the copyright to it, but he didn't write it. It was written by a guy called Will Cobb and Gus Edwards. It was written in 1901, so it's not a new song. It's called When the Roses Bloom Again. They were strolling in the gloaming where the roses were in bloom. A soldier and his sweetheart, brave and true, and their hearts were filled with sorrow, for their thoughts were of tomorrow, as she pinned a rose upon his coat of blue. Do not ask me, love, to linger when you know not what to say, for Judy calls your sweetheart's name again. And your heart may not be sighing if I be amongst the dying. I'll be with you when the roses bloom again. When the roses bloom again beside the river, and the mockingbird has sung his sweet. In the days of old lang syne, I'll be with you, sweetheart mine. I'll be with you when the roses bloom again.
Great, Barry.
Was everyone else getting a slight breakup on that, or
No,
was it just me?
it was breaking.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi, is it?
Yeah, it came up with your bandwidth is low, Barry.
Oh, did it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, did it?
He still hadn't found that long cord.
Wire.
Are you using your
Can't find
Ethernet
it.
cable or not?
Sorry?
Are you using your Ethernet cable?
No, because I haven't found it yet.
Okay. That was going to be my next question.
It's in a very secret place. And,
Yeah, not even you know it.
I've looked in every cupboard I can think of, every drawer. It's a huge, great thing. It's 15
It's a great big
meters
thing,
long.
yeah.
Just buy another one, you'll find it then.
Yeah, that's
That's
True.
That's true.
Yeah,
I think you
that is
needed
very
it
true.
on that last one.
Anyway, it was a lovely song, but it did break up a little bit.
It
And
messed up my
so-
mandolin
Very nice.
playing.
as they say, I hope that didn't spoil your enjoyment of Barry's contribution.
Not at all.
Probably improved it, I expect.
Joys of technology.
Yeah, okay.
Right, on with the show. Chuck, Andrew, and then Paul, please. So, Chuck, what have you got for us?
Okay, I tried to pick a couple of happy songs this week. I hope this one's cheerful enough. It's by John Denver, Take Me Home Country Roads, and I'm sure everyone's heard it. It was written in 71 by John Denver and two of his friends, Bill and Tiffany Donoff. And it almost didn't happen. Bill and Tiffany had written most of the song, and they told John Denver about it, and he was going to their house to help them finish it up, and he had a car wreck and broke his thumb, so he didn't show up, and almost didn't do the song, but then thankfully he did. So it was a good song. And another interesting fact I thought was that none of the three of them had ever been to West Virginia, and as you probably know, it starts out Almost Heaven, West Virginia. So all you songwriters on here, you don't have to be inspired, just something that rhymes, I guess, or sounds good. So Take Me Home, Country Roads. Oh my goodness. I must have started on the wrong note. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about the rough beginning there. If you get off one note on this thing, it throws it all off.
That's really good. Thanks, Chuck.
Now, there's a program on the BBC called Soul Music, and this week they featured Country Roads. I'll put the link up on Facebook, Chuck, and if you can get the Sounds app, you could have a listen to the program about it.
All right, I'd love to see that. Yeah, thank you.
Quite good.
Okay, right, Andrew, Paul, and then Lawrence. So Andrew, please, in his shed.
I was actually listening to that program today, that article about country roads. Apparently, it's sung all over the world, and it's very popular in the West Indies. And there's even a reggae version of it. Yes. So this song is kind of traditional in a sense. I've wrote it. I've also wrote the whistle part to it, and it's about a place in Dublin called the Crumlin Way. It's a pathway used to go by my house, and anyway, I won't chin wag, but anyway, here we go. I'll play the flute and then I'll try and play the bow on, but okay. As I went down early morning in the month of May, to view the fields and take the air, I was traipsing all along the Crumlin Way. Diddly-diddle, diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle-day, diddly-diddle, diddly, diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle-day. I spied a young girl approaching. She was smiling right at me. She said, "Young man, would you consent to come along with me? We'll go walking, we'll go talking all along the Crumlin Way." Her eyes, they were so beguiling. Her smile captivated me. I threw caution to the wind and went walking all along the Crumlin Way. Oh, diddly-diddle, diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle-day, diddly-diddle, diddly, diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle-day. She said, "Look at the birds up in the sky." I looked up and felt the sharp blow to my left eye. I fell to the ground. When I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. My wallet, my self-respect had gone. Like the old Yusuf fool, me go to the leprechaun. Oh, diddly-diddle, diddly-diddle, diddle-day, diddly-diddle, diddly-diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle-day. All you boys of Dublin town who likes to watch the calling flip up and flip down, beware while you're out to walking on the Crumlin Way, 'cause it might happen to you someday. Oh, diddly-diddle, diddle, diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle, day, diddly-diddle, diddly, diddly, diddly-diddle, diddle, day.
Hey.
All right. Very good.
Well done, Andrew.
Well done, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me back somewhat, Andy, to that as being a very young boy. My dad used to say or refer to the boys' parts that we don't mention live on screen as the diddly dido. It really took me back.
Well, you know, well, tradition in Irish, you know, there's even a competition for it, and it's called lilting. No, they don't just lilt a whole pig or a reel. They literally like you know, going for hours. It's a form of singing without the words.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Okay, Paul, Lawrence, Jill, and then I'll do a tune. So, Paul, please.
Okay. Thank you, Barry and Frank and everybody that came along. I'm afraid that I didn't see Heidi there, and I didn't see June there, but it was great, as Lawrence said, despite the rain, and we had a great time. It's just nice to get out and play music again. It was good fun. The other thing that I need to say is that regretfully I cannot stay this evening, as I have got another call with my daughter on the other side of the world in San Francisco, in which we don't normally arrange for Wednesday, but I'm afraid today it had to be. So I shall be playing my number and then saying goodbye and ducking out, and hope to see you next week. This is a Rolling Stones song back from about 1966. Brian Jones played recorder and he played piano, and a double bass was played jointly by Bill Wyman, who did the bowing, and Keith Richards did the fingering. So I don't know how they managed that between them. Keith Richards basically wrote the whole thing without Mick Jagger, because Mick Jagger says, it's a lovely song, nice melody, lovely lyric, neither of which I wrote, but I enjoy singing it. The authorship is somewhat questionable. Marianne Faithfull reckons that Brian Jones did it. This is the Rolling Stones' Ruby Tuesday.
She would never say where she came from. Yesterday don't matter if it's gone. While the sun is bright, or in the darkest night, no one knows. She comes and goes. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you changed with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. Don't question why she needs to be so free. She'll tell you it's the only way to be. She just can't be chained to a life where nothing's gained and nothing's lost, at such a cost. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. There's no time to lose, I heard her say. Cash your dreams before they slip away. Dying
your mind. Ain't life unkind?
Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you. Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you when you change with every new day? Still, I'm gonna miss you.
That's it.
Brilliant.
Well
Thank
done,
you,
mate.
Paul.
Right.
Really
Great song.
Quite a
Thank you,
difficult one, I
guys.
think. A difficult melody to follow.
Sorry, missed
Quite a difficult melody, I think.
it. It's got quite a range of notes.
That's it, all over the
You
place.
know,
Yeah,
and it does go quite hard.
that's it.
It's
That's it.
about I think an octave and a half. So
Yeah, yeah.
the right place so that you can get so that you're not too low and that you're not straining too
Yeah.
much for the other
Yeah.
stuff. So
Well, that was
thank
great.
you. Sorry, I have to leave. Have a great evening, the rest of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You take care, Paul.
And hopefully in
Paul.
real life in a couple of weeks. Let's see.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Ciao.
Thanks then,
Bye,
Paul.
bye, bye,
Take
bye,
care,
bye.
guys.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Right, Lawrence, Jill, and then I'll do a tune, then we'll go round again. So, Lawrence, please.
Yeah, I that song Paul just did, I think my favourite version of that is by Melanie Safka. She did What Have They Done to the Rain, and I also did I've Got a Brand New Bicycle, Have You Got a Brand New Key. She had this incredible, gritty, weird voice, but I think it's wonderful. If you've never heard it, Melanie Safka. She went under the name of Melanie. Very good. Right, I've literally just come in tonight, so I haven't really prepared anything. So I just pulled something down off the wall. So, Everly Brothers. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy. I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance, that might have been. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. I think I'm gonna die. Bye-bye, love. And my sweet caress. Hello, emptiness. I feel like I could die. Bye-bye, my love, bye-bye. I'm through with romance. I'm through with love. I'm through with counting the stars above. And there's a reason why I'm so free. My loving baby is through with me. Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye,
Can't go wrong with the Everly Brothers. Yes. Very
Thank you, Lawrence. I didn't check in with Wendy and Jeff. Have you got anything for us tonight? No, that's good. Just I saw you sitting there singing along. I thought, oh, I wonder if they've got a tune for us. Yeah. Not tonight. Okay, that's great.
Nice
Right,
garden
Jill.
behind you, though.
Sorry?
Nice garden behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Right, Jill. What have you got for us?
Why do fools fall in love?
Oh, yeah.
Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers from 1956, written by Maurice Levy and Frankie Lyman. Joni Mitchell did a wonderful version of it as well. Mine's a sort of mashup of both of them, I think. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? Lovers await the break of day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Love is a losing game. Love can be for shame. I know of a fool you see, for that fool is me. Tell me why. Ooh, 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 ooh. Why do they fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? Lovers await the break of day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Oh, why does my heart skip a crazy beat? It's because it knows it will reach defeat. Tell me why. Ooh, ooh. Tell me why. Why do they fall in love? Oh, why do fools fall in love? Oh, wow.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Lovely, Jill.
Well done, Jill.
I always get a bit of delayed reaction with the old applause because we're trying to unmute our mics.
Yeah, very good.
Anyway, thank you very much, Jill.
Yep.
Thank
Right.
you, Jill.
Sometimes don't know when somebody's actually finished.
That
When
worked.
singing a cappella.
That worked really well. Thank you. Right, I've got a tune, and then we'll go around again. Now, I'm one for watching things on YouTube, and of course, if you watch things on YouTube, it suggests other things to watch on YouTube. And I was watching Richard Thompson on YouTube, and that took me back to Fairport Convention, and that brought me to this song, which is called White Dress. Now, Mark was saying that about songs that are written for a girl to sing, that a boy wants to sing. So I've tried to do this to make it suit me. So if I get the pronouns wrong, you'll understand where I'm going with this. Anyway, it's a song called White Dress, which was apparently written by Dave Swarbrick. Feel how the wind blows, December despair. Bring me a ribbon so I'll tie your hair. You'll be my bride and I'll be your beau. we'll go together wherever we go. Kiss me, and you might put on the white dress, and I'll take you dancing tonight. Can I just say, my print is so poor that I can't read the words. I'm just going to change my glasses. It's now in focus. The night's in your face, the sky's in your eyes, the day's in your arms when you're by my side. Whenever you're weary, I'll sing you a song. Whenever you're lonely, I'll show you you're wrong. So kiss me, and you might put on the white dress, and I'll take you dancing tonight. Come from the window, let's climb the stairs. All of our worries and none of our cares. While life is in us, let's love all we can. You'll be my woman and I'll be your man. So kiss me, and you might put on the white dress, and I'll take you dancing tonight. Put on the white dress, and I'll take you dancing tonight.
Lovely little song.
Hey.
Wow. You must have done some major rewrites on that, because I couldn't imagine what else would rhyme if you turned it around.
It's the pronouns you have to work on.
No, but a guy doesn't wear a white dress. So I couldn't figure that one out.
Yes. When a girl sings it, it works with the white dress.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But it's worth finding.
Yeah.
White Dress by Fairport Convention on YouTube if you're
Great
interested.
song.
It is. It's got a nice lilt to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Down back to Steve again.
Okay, well,
change my glasses again now. There you are.
Yeah, in some respect, for me, just a very sad day, because 7 years ago today, my mum passed away, but she was a real fan of Frank Sinatra. So I thought it was only fitting tonight to do a Frank Sinatra song for her. And it's a powerful song, but hopefully the mic will be all right. It's My Way. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, and and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, but much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me, I did it my way. But what is a man, what has he got, if not himself, then he is not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my yes, it was my way. Thank you. You, Mum.
Very good.
Good try. Well done, Steve.
You should have been standing up, Steve, sooner. Definitely.
Yeah, it should. It's not right sitting down. Otherwise, you're.
Your frock coat.
You try something without a backing tape.
That's
Great.
a powerful song, mate. Well done.
It is, yeah, very good. Well sung.
Well, as I say, hopefully the microphone held up and just didn't go.
That's great.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you, Steve. Right,
Thank you
Chris,
very much.
Chris, Frank, and then Mark. So, Chris next, please.
Right, this was composed, I think the composers were, I've not heard of them before, Don Robertson and Hal Blair, and I think it was made famous by Hank Lachlan. And the title of the song is in the first line of the song.
Please help me, I'm falling.
Yes, it is. Well done. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. Close the door to temptation. Don't let me walk through. Turn away from me, darling. I'm begging you to. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. I belong to another whose arms have grown cold, but I promised forever to have and to hold. I can never be free, dear. But when I'm with you, I know that I'm losing the will to be true. Please help me, I'm falling, and that would be sin. Close the door to temptation. Don't let me walk in, for I mustn't want you, but darling, I do. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. Please help me, I'm falling in love with you. Thank you very much indeed.
Very good. Chris?
Well done.
Yes.
Well done, Chris. Right, Frank, Mark, and then John. So, Frank, please.
Right, I toyed with the idea of doing a ZZ Top number actually because of Dusty Hill, but changed my mind really. I thought I'd do this one. This is called Do Right Woman, and it's written and performed originally by Aretha Franklin, of course, in 1967. And there's been a number of really good versions of The Commitments. Did a good version actually, if you may remember. But this one's called Do Right Woman. Take her to heart, and she'll always love you, and nobody could make her do wrong. Take her for granted, leaving your love unshown, makes willpower weak and temptation strong. A woman's only human, you should understand. She's not just a plaything, she's flesh and blood, just like her man. If you wanna do right all day, woman, you gotta be a do right all night man. Yeah. They say that it's a man's world, but I can prove it by you. But as long as we're together, baby, I'll show all my respect for you. If you wanna do right all day, woman, you gotta be a do right all night man. A woman's only human, you should understand. She's not just a plaything, she's flesh and blood, just like her man. And if you wanna do right all day, woman, you gotta be a do right all night man. Yeah. They say that it's a man's world, but I can prove it by you. And as long as we're together, baby, I'll show you all my respect for you. And if you wanna do right all day, woman,
a do-right all night man. You gotta be a do-right all night man.
Very good. Lovely, very good.
Well done.
Lovely song, Frank.
Very nice. Thank you, Frank. Right, Mark, then John, and then Barry. Mark, please.
Okay. So this was written by Lionel Bart, yeah. He apparently he wrote a lot of the songs for Oliver when he was quite young, and he had this burst of songwriting. So this is one of them. A man's got a heart, hasn't he? Joking apart, hasn't he? And although I'd be the first one to say that I wasn't the same, I'm finding it hard to be really as bad as they make. I'm reviewing the situation. Can the fellow be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulations, better settle down and find myself a wife. And a wife would cook and sew for me, and come for me, and go for me, and go for me, and nag at me. The finger she would wag at me, the money she would take from me, a misery she'd make from me. I think I'd better think it out again. I'm reviewing the situation. I must quickly look up everyone I know, titled people with a station, who can help me make a real impressive show. I will own a fleet of I would own a suite of clariages and run a fleet of carriages. Wave at all the duchesses with friendliness as much as says, good morrow to your majesty. I think I'd better think it out again. So where should I go? Somebody. Who do I know? Nobody. All my dearest companions have always been villains and thieves. So at my time of life, I should start turning over new leaves. I'm reviewing the situation. If you want to eat, you've got to earn a bob. Is it such a humiliation for a robber to perform an honest job? So, a job I'm getting possibly. I wonder who my boss will be. I wonder if he'll take to me, what bonuses he'll make for me. I'll start at 8 and finish late at normal rate. Oh, but wait, I think I better think it out again.
Well done. Really good. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. That was great. and
Good song.
Ron Moody played it in the film, didn't he? And it's a good song. And what you said about Lionel Bart, I think he wasn't a particularly wasn't the one of the shows that he wasn't confident about, and he had to be persuaded. It may have been Oliver. He had to be persuaded that people liked it. There's some background story.
I think he had to hum it to people, the songs, and they put the notes to it, you know, the actual sheet music. And also he had quite a tragic life because he made a very lot of money and then kind of went the wrong way, and ended up losing it all, which was quite a shame.
Yeah,
But they
absolutely.
brought back Oliver to the theatres, and they gave him some honorary, because I think he sold all his copyright, but they gave him some honorary money for the work that he'd done. So a bit of an up and down story, really.
Yes. They could make a musical about his life, I think.
Yeah, it should, yes.
I think actually there was one of those there's a documentary around about Lionel Bart that sort of delves into some of those things you've mentioned there. Right, John, please, and then Barry, and then Chuck.
Right, we've had Chuck playing a John Denver song. And ready, this is another one for Baby for Bobby. And used to sing it years ago. I'll walk in the rain by your side. I cling to the warmth of your hand. I'll do anything to keep you satisfied. I love you more than anybody can. And the wind will whisper your name to me. Little birds will sing along in time. And leaves will bow down when you walk by. And morning bells will chime. I'll be there if you're feeling down, to kiss away the tears that you cry. I'll share with you all the happiness I found, a reflection of the love in your eyes. And I'll sing you a song of the rainbow, whisper of the joy that is mine. And leaves will bow down when you walk by, and morning bells will chime. I'll walk in the rain by your side. I'll cling to the warmth of your hand. I'll do anything to help you understand. I love you more than anybody can. And the wind will whisper your name to me. Little birds will sing along in time. And leaves will bow down when you walk by. And morning bells will chime. There we are, John Denver.
Very nice. Well done, John. Great.
Thank you. Very nice. Right, Barry, please, Chuck, and then Andrew.
Do you think this is stable enough? Is it coming across all right? Sounding okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
If it all goes pear-shaped, just wave a lot and I'll shut up. Okay. Mike was already. Oh. That's right. Mike has already mentioned Richard Thompson and Fairport Convention. This is a Richard Thompson song, which I'm absolutely sure is not a Fairport Convention song, but it's a favourite of mine. I've really enjoyed doing it. I haven't probably done it for about 3 years, and every time I do it, Andy sort of puts his hand up and says, "Oh, I was going to do that." So anyway, I hope it wasn't one you'd chosen to do tonight, Andy. And this is from Galway to Graceland. Dressed in the dark, and she whispered amen. She was pretty in pink, like a young girl again. 20 years married, but she never thought twice. She sneaked out the door and walked into the night, and silver wings carried her over the sea, from the west coast of Ireland to West Tennessee, to be with her sweetheart. She left everything, from Galway to Graceland, to be with the king. She was humming Suspicion, that's the song she liked best. She had Elvis, I Love You tattooed on her breast. They landed in Memphis, her heart beat so fast. She'd dreamed for so long, now she'd see him at last. She was down by his graveside day after day. Come closing time, they would take her away, to be with her sweetheart. She left everything, from Galway to Graceland, to be with the king. They came in their thousands, from the whole human race, to pay their respects at his last resting place. Ah, but blindly she knelt there, and she told him her dream, and she thought that he answered, oh, that's how it seemed. And they dragged her away, it was handcuffs this time. She said, my dear man, are you out of your mind? Can't you see that we're married? See, I'm wearing his ring. I've come from Galway to Graceland, to be with the king. From Galway to Graceland, to be with the king.
Very nice, Barry.
Well done,
Good.
Barry. Very
Thank you,
nice.
Barry.
That didn't break up not one time.
No,
No,
Break up,
not
see,
at all.
without me wire.
great connection.
Good job.
Very good, Barry. Very good.
Thank you, Barry. Right, Chuck, Andrew, and then Lawrence, and then Jill, and then me. So, Chuck, please.
Okay, I'm going to do a Paul Simon tune. It's one he wrote in 1966. He'd been living in London and for I think several years and moved back to the United States. And he was in New York and he was standing near the Queensboro Bridge over the East Bay. And they say that that was notoriously loud bridge, a lot of hustle and bustle, cars clacking across and people scurrying here and about. You can imagine in New York City. But he wrote this song, the 59th Street Bridge song, which is more commonly known as Feeling Groovy. And so slow down and don't move so fast. You know the words. There you go.
Yay.
Oh, well done.
We
Well
love
done,
that
Chuck.
song.
You know what? I was gonna, Chuck. I was gonna do that one. but
Oh,
I
were you?
broke my fingernail, so I couldn't play it.
It's a happy song. I like it.
Yeah, it is.
Great version, Chuck. Thank you for that. Right, Andrew, Lawrence, Jill, and then me. So Andrew, please.
Well, Country Roads is gone. From Galway to Memphis is gone. And I'm stuck at what to do. But anyway, it's a rhythm and blues, you know. There's no diddly die in this, no backing tracks, nothing, just me. Well, I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Well, I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They got some crazy little women there, and I'm going to get me some. Gonna leave in the morning, leave at the break of dawn. I'm gonna leave in the morning, leave at the break of dawn. When she wakes up, she's gonna find me gone. Well, she said she didn't love me, messing around all the time, all the time, all the time. Oh, she said she didn't love me, messing around all the time. She says, what's yours is yours. Well, what's mine is mine. Well, I went to the doctor just to ease my head. Well, I went to the doctor just to ease my head. When I got back, some guy was in my bed. Well, I might take a train, I might take a plane. If I've got the bicycle, I get there just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City. Gonna meet her in the morning at the 12th Street and Vine. I'm gonna meet her in the morning at the 12th Street and Vine with my Kansas City woman and my Kansas City wine. Well, I might take a train, I might take a plane. If I've got the bicycle, I get there just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City. Well, she said she didn't love me, messing around all the time, all the time, all the time. Oh, she said she didn't love me, messing around all the time. She says, what's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. Well, I might take a train, I might take a plane. If I've got the bicycle, I get there just the same. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City. Okay.
Andy, very good. Andy. Very good.
Very good,
Thank you,
Andrew.
Andy.
You got your Takamine tuned up, I see. Andrew.
You're muted, Andy.
Muted, Andrew. No, you're mute, Andrew. You're muted.
That's okay.
No, John Wallace came over and he kindly tuned up. I've got a 12.
Good job.
Good old John. The
Good old
guitar
John,
savior.
yeah, the lifesaver.
You streams leaders, Andy.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy and John, for tuning the guitar. Right, Lawrence, please, and then
Okay.
Jill. Lawrence, what have you got?
Totally out of my comfort zone. Literally never done this before. It's just been Clarence Frogman Henry, 1961. But I do. I'm sure one of these is somebody else's song copies, but I have a horrible feeling some of these chords are not right. But let's give it a try. It's a short song. I don't know. No. Bear with me. I got it earlier. I don't know why I love you, but I do. I don't know why I cry so, but I do. I only know I'm lonely, and that I want you only. I don't know why I love you, but I do. I can't sleep night because I feel so restless. I don't know what you do, I feel so helpless. And since you've been away, I cried all night and day. I don't know why I love you, but I do. My days have been so lonely, my nights have been so blue. I don't know how I manage, but I do. Each night I sit alone and tell myself that I will fall in love with someone else. I guess I'm wasting time, but I've got to clear my mind. I don't know why I love you, but I do. There you are.
Very good.
Bit of fun.
Very nice.
Good song. Thank you, Lawrence.
I haven't heard that in ages.
Yeah.
No, I just literally had it lying around. I thought, I'm gonna play that.
I think that's tomorrow's earworm.
Yeah.
I think I shall be coming that round the kitchen tomorrow. Right, Jill.
Okay, this is an old jazzish song. It was written in 1936 by Sidney Dean Mitchell and Louis Alter, and I discovered it on a Benny Goodman album. My cousin in Nottingham was married to somebody called Lawrence Goodman, who is a vague relation of Benny Goodman, and she just gave me some of Benny Goodman's records that her husband didn't want. And I found this song on them a few years ago that I didn't know. And I thought I'd learn it because it would give me a challenge. So here goes. You turned the tables on me, and now I'm falling for you. You turned the tables on me. I can't believe that it's true. I always thought when you brought the lovely presents you bought, why hadn't you brought me more? But now if you'd come, I'd welcome anything from the 5 and 10 cent store. You used to call me the top. You put me up on a throne. You let me fall with a drop. And now I'm out on my own. But after thinking it over and over, well, I got what was coming to me. 'Cause just like the sting of a bee, you turned the tables on me. You used to call me the top. You put me up on a throne. You let me fall with a drop. And now I'm out on my own. But after thinking it over and over, well, I got what was coming to me. And just like the sting of a bee, you turned the tables on just like the way it should be. You turned the tables on just like the sting of a bee. You turned the tables on me. And that's
Lovely,
it.
Jill.
Hey, very good.
Thank you, Jill.
Very welcome.
Lawrence, because Barry and I both go under the name of PinFab.
You saw my message. Okay.
I did, and they're on Facebook.
Under what?
Facebook. You asked about where the clips were.
Just generally Facebook, not PinFab Facebook.
Oh, sorry, PinFab
PinFab
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, Barry.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Good job I didn't write to Barry something about you, mate.
I know. I have to be very careful.
Put shoulders, don't worry.
Thank you.
For tonight, and let's give a wave out to our YouTube fans, all 3 of them. Hope you've enjoyed the music tonight. I'm going to finish with a 50-year-old song. This is a song I wrote when I was 18, and it was written down in Devon. And it's called If I Could See the Sunshine in Your Eyes. If I could see the sunshine in your eyes, my thoughts would reach the skies again. Darkness wouldn't cloud my sky, wouldn't need to rain again. And though sometimes I wonder where I am going to go, I hope someday I'll know and I will find it. If you take a walk down by the sea and you listen to the waves that fall, and you let the water touch your feet, you listen to a voice that calls. You don't know what it really says, though you'd really like to hear, and you feel maybe it's near, but you can't reach it. As the year drifts slowly by, and we're watching as the seasons change, it's like a river flowing to the sea. There is no year that remains the same, but if the never-ending turning circle should make me turn my head, I'll know the words you said could last forever. I'll know the words you said could last forever. There we go.
Hey, that's a great song, Mike.
Nice one, Mike.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Yes, a song I've had the pleasure of recording on my tape recorder.
What's a tape recorder?
Back in the day. Back in the day.
One step away from the gramophone.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks, guys. Another great evening of music. And I won't be with you next week. Barry, I'll pass the hosting over to Barry.
Yeah. Can
And
I just
then-
ask?
So let me warn you, next week will be chaos.
I wouldn't say that.
Can I just ask a very quick question, Barry, before we depart?
Yes.
The payment that you wanted through the backs, yeah. Do you want that now, or only
If you already you contributed towards the little fund call back in whenever it was, March.
Yeah.
So you've already paid £10. So anybody who's paid the £10 doesn't need to pay towards the 18th.
Right. Okay.
So you don't need to pay anything.
Okay, that's beautiful. Fine. Thank
Those
you.
people who do need to pay, I've sent a little note to saying, here's the bank details, etc. I'm not charging Chuck because he's got to take the airfare and everything else into account.
No, we have a little saying in the UK though, Chuck. Reverse the charges.
There you go. I like that.
Put it on, put it
how
on
big is your
PinFab
fund?
expenses.
How big is the PinFab purse?
I remember, if you haven't sent Barry a note about coming on the 18th, please get on and do that.
No. Thank you very much, one and all. It's been a lovely
Thank you.
evening.
Yeah, nice song.
Great.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much.